The following is a fan-based review. All materials discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, and Saban Entertainment.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Tokucast Top 10 Show.
Top 10. Thank you.
Anyway, we're doing another fan suggestion. And before Marcus goes on tour, it's going to be Top 10 Extra Writers.
Extras.
So just to kind of explain what we consider to be an extra writer is if you're not the main writer or the secondary writer.
That's basically it.
So tertiary writers count, and we're not going to do a top 10 third writers because they count as this. So, moving on, we're going to start with honorable mentions. I'll go first. Kamen Rider Drake from Kabuto.
Drake's great.
He was a great character, weird profession with makeup artist.
Ultimate makeup.
But he was a fun, memorable character. He was, his henshin device was a gun, which you don't see very often in Kamen Rider. And the asymmetry in his suit when he cast off is really pleasing.
And so far, he's really our only Dragonfly-based writer. There hasn't been another one since then.
Could have sworn I read somewhere, but anyway.
The only thing that, we end up making him an honorable mention instead of, actually on the list, he's not in the show that often because his actor was, I believe, also a model at the time.
Which makes sense.
And so he wasn't, always available. He is available now in Comp by Senshi After V if you watch that show. Best show ever.
No, it's not.
It's a bit.
No, it's not.
But yeah. I really wish he was in the show more just because I really liked his, characterization with the little girl that he was with, Dawn, who was a great character, by the way. It's like, as we said, we don't even like in kid characters that much, but she was great. I loved her. It's like that little girl had an attitude and she was not afraid to show it. So that just made her that
That's just
better.
the type of character that appeals to Marcus's attitude.
Plus, she was competent. So
Fair enough.
there's that. I
Yours.
also have an honorable mention from the same damn show. Sassword. Kagami! Now, to be fair, we know, the ending of his entire thing was just not that good. But I really liked his character up until the ending where he was just hilarious. Once he became comedy relief, he was hilarious, the entire time. I loved him. He was so over the top. Yeah, the Kagami thing was that was him. That's his entire character, and it's great. People don't really like him, but I love him. Also, there is one person that we completely forgot to put on this list.
Who's that?
Mitsuzane Michi from Gaim.
Right.
He was a little bastard.
He was a little crazy fuck.
He was. I mean, his character was fine. He took the crazy to a whole nother level with the whole thing surrounding Mai. But still, he was still a good character. I liked him.
Yeah, he definitely added something to the show.
Yeah, he added crazy.
But we have enough Gaim writers on this list as it is.
Yeah, but we just had to mention him because we legitimately forgot to just even think about him. Still a good
Honestly,
character.
the first two Gaim writers that you'll hear on this list could honestly be switched for Michi. The only reason he's not on the list is we literally just remembered him. So.
Which is problematic when you think about it.
Fair enough.
But,
To be fair, how many writers are in Gaim?
50.
Exactly.
Team.
Moving on, number 10.
Number 10. Kamen Rider Bravo. Orin.
Bravo!
He's so much fun. I just enjoy him. I want to eat his food.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, those cakes looked amazing. But he would just, I love the way when he first came in where he was a threat, and then he got...
When, shit actually happened, he just became the comic relief.
Yeah, and then he got beat the shit out of a little bit. I love the whole thing. The whole thing he had was Zangetsu, where he was, in love with him the entire thing.
Would that be the first openly gay Kamen Rider in a show?
Yeah. Yes, it's him.
Of course it is.
To be fair, though, he is also a very, very good and strong character. In the Knuckle movie, he came in and literally beat the shit out of
people.
10 guys by himself.
Because we have to remember, he's a French mercenary.
Yes, he is a Green Beret. Is it?
Green Beret's American.
No, is it?
Yeah.
Fuck me. Beret something. It's a French word.
Anyway, he's in the French Special Service.
Yes.
Anyway.
He's still a really, really good character.
He's a really strong fighter.
Yes, he's a really strong fighter.
And he's funny as fuck.
He's such a drama queen. And he's just so... Let's also
not forget, he was in the Bleach musical.
Yes.
As Ikaku Madarame.
Yes. Also, his
bald.
actor's wife played... You remember, the head of the Overlords, that guy? The lady who shows up who was basically, Mai is his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a thing I had to talk about. But I liked him. Oren's a great character.
Tokucast.
Yes. Number 9, we have Zolda, Kamen Rider Zolda from Ryuki. His entrance of explosions
and pinning Ryuki against the wall and just shooting him in the arm.
Michael Bay would be proud.
Michael Bay would be very proud.
Like, I love his finisher. Like, boom.
And then cancer happened.
Yes, he is. That's like. Yes, this show is, once again, another Tokusatsu show, but cancer is a very real thing. And I like the way that they brought it into the show because he was going to live life as hard as he could up until the point where the cancer actually killed him, which it did at the show. He didn't die by any other writer. He didn't die by a monster. He was killed by, an actual disease that affects a lot of people. And I love that fact. They made it very real with his character. Yes, he was an arrogant, stuck-up, tight-ass, but he was also very, very, a good lawyer. He was hilarious and just his straightforwardness with everybody. And I really, really like Zolda just as a character. Now, he did end up getting his replacement and then Ohja killed him. But, still.
He's not the one on the list.
Yeah.
Next.
Number 8, we have Kamen Rider Saga / Dark Kiva.
He's on this list, and for those of you who have been requesting this, we are not going to be doing a top 10 Dark Writers because there's not enough.
Yeah.
We will be doing a Toku Talk on Dark Writers.
Yes.
Now, he's making this list because he ends the show as a protagonist.
Like, he started off as sort of a villain, then he sort of went to an anti-hero, and then he went to an actual hero. Now, we're not going to talk about the whole thing with the romance triangle, which was...
That's a rant in of itself.
Yeah, that's bad. But...
we can do that, romance and Kamen Rider, and romance and Toei, period.
God.
Anyway.
But also, the Saga suit, I hate the fact that we don't end up seeing it that often.
Yeah, it's a
but
good
I
suit.
love the way it looks. It looks amazing.
Now, just to make sure, because I know we're going to have the visual aid, remind me, are we talking about the first white suit or the actual Dark Kiva suit?
We're talking about both. Because
Okay.
it's the same character. It's Taiga, his brother.
Yeah,
Kiva's
okay.
brother.
Because I didn't know which suit you were referring to.
Yeah, it's just like...
Because Dark Kiva looks amazing, and his first suit also looks great.
Yeah, Saga is like... It looks like it has a cathedral's like stained glass on his chest.
Which was the thing for the Fangire. The
Yeah.
stained glass looking markings.
And
But the fact that the white outline looks like the walls of a cathedral makes it look beautiful.
it's such a pretty suit. That's actually saying something. Like, it's legitimately...
And you don't
pretty.
like aesthetic stuff. You just like talking about characters.
I do like some aesthetic stuff, but it's just like I don't care about, the other stuff that much. But on this suit,
Reference all the top 10s that you were not a part of.
I was not a part of 2 of them.
Anyway.
But yeah, this suit, like both the Saga and the Dark Keeper suit look amazing. But out of the 2, damn, that Saga suit is amazing. But Taiga's character, I really liked him. I felt like he could have been a little bit better in some cases. He did come off as a pretty strong character. He was an arrogant ass, and that's, sort of my thing. But I really like just Saga himself. I thought he was a great character. And, Dark Kiva as well. Great characters.
Number
7, we have Kamen Rider Lazer from X8.
Spoiler warning right here.
Rip.
He's dead.
He's super dead. Maybe. We don't really know because he came back in the Kamen Rider Go Rider thing when they went to like the Dead Rider world. And then he's also having his own special soon. Other people in this show have shown back up. If you haven't seen it, Dan Kuroto, who also plays Ginma in the show, is coming back. The guy who played the dragon, like the Dragonite Hunter Bugster, came back even after he got his flowers. So maybe Lazer will come back, but most likely not at this point. But Lazer's still a great guy. I love his personality. I love his cockiness. I love the way that he transforms when he kicks, like his character select screen. I thought that was great.
Oh, yeah.
Lazer was just a really, really good character. Like, for the few, 8 episodes of shows that we got him, I really liked him.
He kind of, and you also got to think about it. He got gypped.
He did.
He got the one transformation where his form, his main form, is a bike.
And then he got, the samurai power form, and then the level 5 form of Dragonite Hunter. And then he got the literal shit kicked out of him when he fought against Genma the first time because he found out a little bit too much information. For a coroner, he basically did a lot of investigative work.
Yeah.
And that, did a lot for his character. He met with Dan's father. and tied a lot of things together and figure out exactly where the Bugster came from, and then get him to kill him. Great show.
R.I.P. and death.
Yeah, like for the little amount of time that we really got this character, I really, really approve of exactly what we showed. Number 6, Mr. Knuckleman. Kamen Rider Knuckle, Zach.
He's on this list mainly because he is the everyman of this show. Out of all of the writers, he's like the most normal.
It felt like he had to work the hardest.
He
to get a lot of the things in
he
here.
had, like, you guys remember, between him, Acorn, Hase, and I think that's it. Because they all had nut or not fruit themed.
Yeah,
lock
the not
seeds.
fruit. Like if you don't know in Gaim, if it's not fruit themed, it's more like a level C lock seed.
It's like a level C, maybe level B at most.
Yeah,
Because they had Acorn, Pine Cone, and Walnut.
Walnut. Yeah,
For him, for Knuckles. And so he had to work the hardest, and he, besides that one episode where Acorn was training, put that in giant quotation marks, he was the one who went the farthest with what he gave, with what he got, to the point where he got his own movie and got an energy lock seed version of him, where his Walnut now kicks ass.
Now we don't know exactly how this ends. Like the movie left it up sort of to interpretation. Like maybe he
Very
went
ambiguous.
back. Maybe he went back to North America, to New York, to go back to dance school. But it seems like at the end of it he died. But we're just not 100% sure. I don't think anybody's 100% sure, especially because.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, what do you think happened to Knuckle? Because I honestly think that he died, and that whole dance scene with him dancing with Kaito after him at the end was just them dancing into the afterlife.
Yeah.
Still a great scene though, and that movie is really good. I really like.
I love I just love the aesthetic that they went with for the energy version of his Loxy with the sea mine Knuckles. That it just worked.
Yeah, it was great. It was a really, really good movie.
And I just loved his posing when he henchins up. I'm like, okay.
Also, that's going to be fun later because that movie will be part of us talking about it during Gaim Month.
Because we're dedicating a whole month to Gaim because Jesus.
Movies and the show.
And the specials and more movies and more movies and more movies.
Who are you, Dina? But moving on to number 5, another Kamen Rider, Marika.
Marika was one of my favorite characters in Gaim.
Unfortunately, like, she was a woman who didn't need no man, and then you find out she needs a man because of her character. They really didn't write her as well as I really wanted her to be.
And just as the curse goes, they kill her off.
She was so strong. She
didn't need a stunt person.
She didn't. It was her in her suit most of the time. But it's just like, God damn, Marika, yes, queen, you can do it. Kick that bitch in the face. And then she did. But it's just like...
Until she did.
But it's just like, they made her a pawn. Because, like, they legitimately say in the show that she needs a man to work under. And I'm sitting here like, why? She's legitimately a badass. She kicked Kaito's ass the first time she saw him. It's just... I don't understand exactly why they did what they did with her character when they could have just made her that much stronger.
Apparently Toei does not like strong, independent women.
Because she legitimately should not need a man. I miss Marika. It was like, yeah, it was great seeing her in Go Rider again, but at the same time, once again, she was sort of all wrapped up in Kaito. And that wasn't, the best thing it really could have done for her. I really wish it would have done more.
Hashtag disappointed.
Hashtag super disappointed.
Next.
Number 3, we have. Number 4.
There you go. Counting.
And I'm looking at the list.
And he has a college degree.
Number 4, we have Paradox. Paradox. Oh, God. I love how creepy this motherfucker is.
He is the paradigm of the adjective asshole.
Yeah. They're just like, oh my God. When that first scene, like, after, like, Genma was, like, saying that you're just a buster, you're not anything, these people were just players, I can kill them whenever I want, after he killed Bergamon in that one episode. Mm-hmm. And Paradox came, like, Genma was taunting X8. Paradox came out of nowhere and his knockout fighter form punched the shit out of him and literally beat the shit out of him for like a minute straight. It was one of the most satisfying things I've ever seen in Kamen Rider. Just seeing Genma get the literal shit beat out of him was so good. It was just like, I'm sitting here like, oh, God. Yes, do it more. But I love the fact that he legitimately became the main villain. And this is going to be a super spoiler if you haven't seen it yet. Matt, I'm spoiling this for you now. Paradox is Imu's Buckster. So that's a thing. I love that. It was something I sort of saw coming. But at the same time, I'm happy it got confirmed.
This show has just been so great being so plot heavy.
Yeah.
And the fact that so many of these is not Ghost, and so many of these characters are connected in some way, shape, or form is just beautiful.
Yeah. That makes this really, really good. And I think it's a really good show. If you're not watching it, do. Just go do it. Stop this video, come back, and you'll see how great Paradox is. Sit your ass down. Number 3, Zangetsu. Remember the first time he showed up? We were just standing on top of a cliff, being a white knight, being threatening.
Yeah, not the Savior White Knight, the one that you run away from.
Yeah, because I remember the first time he and Kota fought, he just wiped the floor with him.
He wiped the floor with all of them.
Yeah.
And then Bravo fell in love with him, which was also great.
It was so good. But I love, after they became the Energy Riders and they killed Hase. But I love that
Still not as bad as Sid.
But I love that whole thing when they end up turning on him. He ends up, signing with the Overlords for just a little bit. He ends up staying with them for a small amount of time. Then he ends up coming back. He ends, after Michi, tries to beat him and try to break down.
Oh, yeah, when Michi stole his identity.
Yeah.
And Bravo wasn't buying it. That was a great scene.
At all. But I still remember that scene where he got, the original Zangetsu Lockseed back, and he fought Michi as an Energy Rider. Now, if you don't know, Energy Riders have a higher power level.
Quote, unquote.
9,000. Than the regular...
Insert memes here.
Yeah. Than over the regular Beat Riders. Or, in this case, the Armor Riders. But he came in and beat the shit out of his brother. He could have killed him, but he didn't, because it's his brother. But Michi had no qualms about shooting him and putting him into a coma.
Because Michi's a what? A crazy bitch.
She's insanity. But
that review is going to be the longest review ever.
Yeah, that's why it's going to span over a whole month. But
we might have to do 2 parts to the actual review.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But Zangetsu, I still love the first time we actually see him do his henshin. When he
throws the seed in the air, because, bitch, I don't give a shit.
It's great. I really like this character, and I'm happy his actor is returning. If you don't know, the first time that we end up seeing him, I believe is at the end of the decade, one of the decade movies. He's in something sort of early on, his actual actor is, and he's in this, and now he's coming back in Q Ranger as the brother of Stinger.
Which I think is fun.
Yeah, I'm happy that he's coming back.
Momentarily, you told me he was going to be in Q Ranger as Stinger's big brother. Forgot between the time you told me that and Stinger got introduced, saw the brother and went, God, he looks familiar.
You're doing great.
I know I'm doing it. To be fair, it was 2 weeks before you told me 2 weeks ahead of time.
He's always the big brother.
That is very true. He does have, but I think that's honestly just part of his
because
face.
he's 34. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Number 2, Kamen Rider Ohja.
Hold on. Your doors are locked. Good, we're fine.
I'm so scared of this motherfucker. He stayed insane the entire time. He killed people. Whether you're a regular person or a rider. He was in prison at the very beginning, and then Odin broke him out. And then he went on a rampage, started just killing a whole bunch of people.
Because Odin's smart.
Yeah, he's the Tataka.
House.
But
seriously, Kamen Rider Ryuki drinking game. Every time Odin says
he'll be
Tatakai
dead
or
by
Taus,
episode 12.
Tatakai or Taus, you drink and then you're dead.
Yeah. But Ohja, oh god, he's so scary. I love when he came back in the Brave special, when Brave got a level 4 for him, and he ate a fish in front of a lady. Menacingly. He ate a raw fish.
Weird.
He ate a raw fish. No, Ohja's just weird himself.
True.
But I love the fact that, he killed Raya, he killed the second Zolda, he killed Rhino, at the very end...
Rhino guy doesn't get a name. He was a douchebag.
At the very end, when his card deck got broken, and the police were showing up, he ran towards them with a pipe as they were shooting him. I'm sitting here really, Asakura? Really? You're gonna do that shit and leave on that note? Okay. Alright, I'm done with it.
And then he somehow comes back. with the Brave Special because Toei.
But yeah, oh god, that was just such a good. I'm so excited for when we get to review Ryuki because that rider.
That's in 2 months.
Yep, that rider kicked up. And that's how he killed Ryan. Number 1.
Kamen Rider Chase.
Of course, Chase is going to be on this list. What do we look like? Idiots?
He started off because he was
Proto Drive.
He was Proto Drive, so hero, then he was Chaser, villain, then back to hero with Kamen Rider Chase. Yes, it's a roller coaster of emotions, but he was a roller coaster of a character.
He had no emotions.
He had no emotions until the end there. And then ended up being one of the most relatable characters in the show of, I don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah,
everything I have done, he got to the point where everything that he has known was turned upside down.
Literally, twice.
So he did not know his place.
And that was one of the best things, especially about his sacrifice at the very end of the show. Where
Still get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
right now.
The axe.
That axe, though.
The axe.
Mategoyo!
Itegoyo! It was so good.
That's the first time he used that axe. Mategoyo! Green. There we go! That was also, we'll never see another two-handed battle axe in Kamen Rider again. Because even if we do, we're gonna go, you're not Chase!
Or Wizard.
He didn't really use it as the axe that much.
Either way.
Anyway,
but yeah, Chase. Oh,
and the fact that he was still a major role in the plot after he died.
Yeah.
Which was a thing, because he had that butting heads with Mach, because Mach's like, you're still just, how do you pronounce it? Roy-Muto? I was like that one guy on the police force who could never say it right when I was watching that show.
That show was great.
That show was
the
Chase was so... But I still think my favorite character is when not favorite character, favorite moment with Chase was when they're drinking juice boxes in the cafeteria, and he goes, I'm in love with her. Greatest scene ever.
They have pretty damn good spit takes in that show. That's actually saying something. Spit takes are not that good of comedy, but damn.
They're also hard. Too.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, Chase he was one of the reasons that I really, really like Drive. Like, yeah, that latter half of that show was still really damn good, but Chase's sacrifice really just solidified it for me.
I remember all the memes after Chase's look, Kamen Rider Chase's look was just like, so it's W meets Forze.
Still good though. But yeah.
Let us know what you think, if we missed any that you like or think should be on this list, or if you... we always like seeing what people's lists in the comments, and as always, like and subscribe, follow us on Twitter, like our Facebook page, the whole 9 yards, and hopefully we'll start doing more with Facebook and Twitter than just posting, hey, a video's out, go watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we should start broadcasting stuff live from Facebook.
Maybe. We'll see how that goes.
But thanks again for joining the Tokucast Top 10 show. Let us know what top 10s you want us to do. And as always, we will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Was that?
That was necessary.
Okay.